That's all we're going to do for today.
Doc's talking about sex, baby. All right, what's up, guys?
Hello. Hello, hello. We don't have our shot glasses.
And we need a shot glass with some Tribulus in it.
With some Tribulus. We'll just get something. We need something. It's Friday. We're having shots today, okay? So, that being said, we talked about Monday on Shots with the Docs. We talked about Tribulus.
Tribulus. Love that herb.
Guess what I had this morning?
Tribulus.
Tribulus. I rocked my workout, exercised, did it all. Needed some Tribulus.
Guess what I had last night? Tribulus.
Tribulus. Yeah. Gotcha. We're talking about sex. We're talking about your guy. Okay. What did a patient just tell us? He's sitting here. He's gonna laugh about it.
He's watching our live over here. We might call him over here. But he said, "What are you guys talking about?" I said, "We're gonna talk about sex." He goes, when you get old, that's all you do is talk about it.
That was a good one. So,
but it doesn't need to be like that.
It doesn't need to
be that way.
Sex is good. Sex is fun. We're done talking about poop, at least for today. I promise that we're not done talking about poop.
We'll never be done completely talking about poop.
Poop is so important. And actually, you know what? Poop probably will tie into sex a little bit today.
Okay, well, let's separate those right now.
We'll separate, but we'll talk about why that later, okay? We're going to give you today the top 6 exercises that you should be doing to improve your sex life.
Yep.
Raise your libido. I almost said lower your libido.
Raise.
6 exercises to lower your libido.
No, we don't want to talk about that.
No, okay.
Everybody's tuning off now.
Yeah, they're done. We lost everybody. But we're going to talk about it. And there's a bonus thing in there. We've got a couple good quick tips and things that you can do. If you're losing, what do you do? So we talked about doing, that's fine. She's pouring us some Tribulus right now. We need some Tribulus. What we can do? What can we do?
Yeah, I mean, we're just seeing it so much nowadays. If you just watch TV, go watch a football game, watch a sports event, watch any kind of these main stations, and just watch for 10 seconds, and you will see commercial after commercial. There's so many drugs out there for men that can't get an erection, for just increasing sex drive. Why should give me such a little amount?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
what
She's like, yeah, that's my wife. Amanda goes, he doesn't need any more testosterone.
We do that, fools. What is it? 2 fingers? There you go.
More than that?
That'll work. So we talked about Tribulus and how good it is, but we also wanted to follow that up with just things that you can do on a day-to-day basis. And in the top 6, I'm going to be doing number 5 the entire time.
Ooh.
While we're talking today.
Are you doing it right now?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. So you guys be thinking, what's he doing right now?
What's he doing?
It's an exercise.
Really, 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 really good for you, okay?
Men and women.
So
Men and women. Very good. Cheers to the Tribulus.
All right, number 1. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. So, number 1 is just general exercise, right? General exercise. So, studies have been shown that literally just getting out and doing any kind of exercise, there's guys that are dealing with erectile dysfunction that are taking Cialis and what's the other one? Yeah, so the
Viagra.
Yeah, there you go. Viagra, Cialis. That even with these medications, they're still having a hard time, getting an erection. So what studies have shown is that exercise in combination with taking these medications has been shown to really help. Now, listen, guys, we're going to talk about some things that you can do to increase your libido, to help with sexual drive and sexual function. But at the end of the day, none of these things are going to cure anything.
That's right.
There's a reason why you can't get an erection. There's a reason why you have no sex drive. There's a reason why you have dryness. There's a reason why you have these issues. And so, yes, we want to test to find out why these things are happening so that we can literally start to reverse this process on a deeper level. But we're going to we're just going over, we're trying to give you some health tips, some things that you can do right now, so tonight you can have a good night, right?
Yeah.
And so general exercise.
Yeah, and the type of exercise that I love, and really any exercise is probably better than what you're doing.
Right.
A lot of these people who are having low libido, sitting on the couch is not exercising, picking it up and changing the channel, that is not, it's like, thank God we have remotes, we don't have to get up and change the channel on the unit itself, right? Yep. But the best types of exercise, especially for increasing testosterone, has been shown to be high intensity, short duration, right? And so what does that mean? We just talked about doing, it's like, what do I do? How do I, listen, you pick 6 exercises, 7 exercises, your top few exercises, and you just do them 20, 30 seconds at a time, and you go as hard as you can. Then you take a break.
Yep.
Catch your breath.
Yep.
Let your heart rate come down. And then you repeat that. And you do that for 12, 15 minutes, and you don't have to work out a ton of time. You don't have to be at the gym for an hour.
And that's a good point. Like what Doctor said, 12 to 15 minutes. And you can get an amazing workout in 12 to 15 minutes. You don't need to go be busting weights out for hours on hours at the gym.
But one thing about that, and we move on to the next one, is just you don't just get to go for 12 minutes. We had a patient, she's like, well, I work out for 12 minutes, and I do it. And this is what she says. She'll probably be watching. Well, I was just doing da-da-da-da-da-da. So she's doing that for 12 minutes thinking that she's exercising. Do you think that that's exercising? The whole idea is to get your heart rate 80% of your max heart rate. So you can get a Apple Watch or the whatever heart rate monitor. You can sit there and count right on your breaks. Or like the easiest thing for me is just, I call it hands on knees.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yep.
If you get to that, you're 80%. If you're sitting here talking how I'm talking to you right now, you're not at 80%. You're not where you need to be.
Yep.
And so you got to increase that intensity if you want to get the maximum results and have all the other health benefits that come from it.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep. So short duration, high intensity. Get that heart rate up, get it back down, get the heart rate up, get it back down. All right, what's number 2?
Number 2, physical activity enhances
female response. He can't read my writing.
Female response. I'll write it up here a little bit better.
So yeah, everybody's talking about exercise with men, and women aren't having erectile issues, but they're how do you spell physical?
I don't spell it all.
So there's a class you take before you graduate with your doctorate that teaches you how to write really messy, right? So that when you go for a deposition, like you can pretty much say my chart says anything I want it to say because you can't read it, right? So, so exercise is good for men and women, guys. I mean, there's been plenty of studies shown that working out, exercising, especially is this too loud? Probably disappear.
Yeah, and it's everything is about men. We talk about like libido. He said, the thing, and the commercials always end with, well, if you've had an erection for longer than 4 hours, you should probably do something about that.
That's it. I mean, that is a major issue with these medications. I mean, these guys are having erections for 4+ hours. They're having to go in and literally getting blood drawn out of their penis because it won't go down. I mean, so yeah, that's like last resort. And listen, I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, if I couldn't do it, I want to have sex. Like I'm gonna make it work. But it's things you can do so you don't have to take drugs, right? It's huge.
And so females have this stuff too. And so to have that exercise, there was a study where they did testosterone and they did exercise in females, and at the end of the day, who won?
Yeah, and they showed that the exercise actually had better results.
Just hugely, right?
Hugely.
So, but the thing is with testosterone, like, does it work and does it make you feel better?
Right.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Like there's places that like give you testosterone and boosters and all these things, and you walk out there and you feel like you're amazing and you're top of the world, and you think your hormones are better, you think you're balanced, you think you're healthy, you think you're well, but at the end of the day, what were we talking about earlier about what testosterone does?
Yeah, exactly. So if you come into our office, we're kind of preaching to the choir, but you can see how we test. And so when we test hormones, we will see the entire pathway of how hormones are produced in our body. And so the way that we make estrogen is we convert testosterone into estrogen. And so if your body, I mean, there's many different reasons. Insulin resistance, there's reasons why your body will convert that testosterone. Yep. Again, there's a reason why you're low on testosterone.
Yep.
And with a lot of guys that are getting testosterone treatments, you're going every 6 months for these shots, and then they test you, and they're always low. And so what do you think's happening? Well, it's feeding that vicious cycle that's already happening of you converting your testosterone into estrogen, right? And so with women, what does that increase your chance of when you have when you're estrogen dominant?
Put hormones into that person, all of a sudden you're hormone-sensitive tumors, breast cancers, and things like that.
Exactly.
You're more susceptible for that stuff.
Yep.
Although you felt better,
right.
Health is not about how you feel.
Right.
Yep. Again, that's why we get into testing. So,
exactly.
Exercise, not just for men. Women need to exercise too, and it helps for it. But then, antidepressants and things because you just don't feel good. Like, all those things. Exercise helps with all this stuff. Exercise is amazing.
Yep.
Exercise, move. Just start moving.
Yep.
You got to start somewhere. Number 3.
Mental exercises. So guys, listen, your brain is amazing. Your brain controls everything. If you think you can do it, or if you think you can't do it, guess what?
You're right.
You're right. And so in times of you want to get intimate with your wife or your husband. There's been studies shown that just by thinking about fantasies or just thinking about different environmental situations that you could be in with your loved one.
Thinking about your husband who actually works out and looks better than he does. That helps, right?
Right. And so, I mean, you got to keep it fresh. I mean, you're married to the same person forever, right? And you see the same body, the same person, the same conversations, and so you want to keep it spiced up.
Sure.
So doing things, dressing up, role play, just getting the mind
Mental
stimulated.
things.
You've got to stimulate that mind.
Stimulates.
Times, like by getting the mind stimulated. There's times where you got to think about baseball.
Yeah, baseball.
Because literally, once your mind gets going, I mean, things happen without you wanting them to happen sometimes,
Baseball.
right? So the mind's a powerful thing. So get that mind stimulated.
Yes. Okay, number 4. And this is really important, and this is really big, and this is for a lot of things we forget. Breathing. Breathing is very important. Yep. Breathing and stretching.
Yep. Right? Because most people use about 20% of their lungs when you're breathing normally. The proper way to breathe, 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, right? Nobody does that. I don't do that all the time.
We don't have time to do that.
You just don't have time, right? You got it. But again, you guys, breathing, getting those lungs full of air, really oxygenating your blood, getting that blood flowing, huge.
Well, then talk about just even cancer. Like cancer can't survive in the presence of oxygen. So getting more oxygen by breathing and by exercising can help with that. But what else can help with? Well, it can help with libido. It can help with those levels. And breathing is just so amazing. It decreases that stress response. We always talk about stressors, whether it's physical stress, chemical stress, or stress,
yep.
right?
Yep.
There's something in there causing your problems. And in the stress, the mental stress, the thought stress, this is huge. Because we can't really do stuff for you there, but you can do something by just taking a minute to breathe.
That's true.
And you don't have to do it for long periods of time. You don't have to sit there all day long, adjusting patience, do stuff, breathe.
Take 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Yep.
Take 30 seconds here and there. I mean, just do it and breathe. What about stretching? That's a bad word for some people.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I hate stretching.
I do too.
I mean, I just don't like the feeling of it, but getting those muscles moving, I mean, it helps the oxygen get into those muscles, all your muscles, right?
Also keeps you flexible so that you can move and be able to try new positions, be able to try different things that you haven't tried. But you can't because my hip, But stretch, and it's not that there's necessarily any one or many stretches that all stretches. Bend down, touch your toes, pull it up here, just stretch and stay flexible.
Yep.
I love yoga, I love Pilates, let me say it right. I like the results of it. I hate doing it. Every day it's yoga or Pilates day, can I skip it today? Right. Do it because you'll love it after. And I feel great after I do it.
You still doing number 5?
I've been doing it the whole time. I haven't stopped.
Okay.
No, I've stopped. I take some breaks. Are we ready for 5? People are like,
we're there already?
We're there. We're at 5.
Jeez.
What is number 5? Is anybody saying this?
Yes, we had to guess it for Kegel.
Oh!
Nailed it.
On the head. No pun intended.
Let's see. We call it.
He needs to see how to spell Kegel.
I do. I need to. This is really hard. You can't read it anyways. I'm trying. This is nice writing for me.
Can we even see this time?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
So talk about.
So pelvic floor exercises. Huge for women. Especially with. We see a lot of nowadays. We're seeing prolapsed uteruses. We're seeing just prolapsed different stuff. And it's we're seeing a lot of different. My brother just suffered from these. They're the hernias that are happening. There's so many things that can cause your pelvic floor to be weak. A lot of it has to do with what you're putting into your body, different stretches and exercises. But to strengthen that pelvic floor, to get those Kegels strong, it's going to help with so many different things. With women, it's going to really help them to just tighten everything up and help you have a better experience with guys. It's going to really help with different things like the orgasm and things like that.
You can actually control those muscles, so you can kind of control when to go and when not to go. Also with men with prostate issues, which that's a huge deal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, big
prostate issues, lack of prostate, and so like my stream or lack thereof or whatever. Start doing Kegel exercises and watch how amazing the benefits are for you.
Yeah, because those guys out there, you need like 30 seconds, and then you got a couple minutes to cuddle. So altogether, takes like 3 minutes, right? Well, your wife's not like that. The wife's got to get warmed up. Wife's got to get going. For her to enjoy it. So by you being able to last longer, by you being able to perform better, by just doing Kegel exercises, come on, that's an easy thing to do.
You can do them at work. You can do them here. I'm doing it on Facebook Live. Come on, if I can do it on live, you can do them there. So,
boom.
Number 6, which I got to get down here so you can kind of see it. I wrote it too high here. Number 6 says, take a walk in the sun.
In the sun. Yeah, guys. I mean, listen. There's people out there right now. You're so sick. You're suffering. You're in so much pain. You know, some of these things that we've been talking about. It's like, doc, well, yeah, mental exercise. I can do that, but I mean, I can't go do high intensity exercises right now. You got to start somewhere. Getting out, getting in the sun, getting that vitamin D synthesis. You know, there's been a lot of research showing how that will stimulate certain neurotransmitters like your dopamine and serotonin. You know, which again, you know, you've got to have these happy neurotransmitters flowing for you to kind of get in the mood and get ready, right?
Antidepressants, man. Antidepressants lead to so many issues like libidos and whatnot, and so you can't do it, or you know, you're trying to get pregnant and you know, your sperm count is nothing, you know, whatever it may be. Vitamin D can handle that stuff for you.
A lot of stuff. Yep.
The sun, just walk outside. Yeah, but it's hot.
It's good. It's good.
It's okay. You know, it's okay. Yeah, but I'm pale. Probably need to be out anymore, right? You know, get out in the sun.
And again, you can't lather yourself up with all that
No,
toxic sunscreen. No. You know, I mean, you're not going to take advantage of that. There's a Facebook Live on that. We talked about sunscreens.
Yes, go check it out. But you know, now the question is like, well, it's getting dark. It's been foggy like all morning long, and so there's not so much sun, or it is going to be cold and snowing and whatnot. And so, especially during the winter times, we definitely supplement with vitamin D.
Absolutely.
And not just like what we would do a normal, you know, 5,000 kind of a recommended, you know, daily dose of it. We'll double it, we'll triple it during these times. I remember one time, because we came from Florida to come to Kentucky, and it was like, why am I like, I'm not depressed. Why am I depressed?
Yeah.
Oh, there hasn't been sun in like 6 weeks. Like, I'm used to sun every single day. And I started taking my vitamin D, boom, like everything came back up. It's amazing. It's amazing for the immune system. It's amazing for all that. But yeah, it's just a really good thing. You need to do it to get that depression down so that you can not be depressed and have fun.
Yeah, and if you can, man, take your socks and shoes off. You know, get out there on the earth and do some grounding. You know, get those free radicals reduced. Man, there's so much things you can do that are just like, we take it for granted, you know, getting outside. I mean, people are like, wow, if you think about it, like, when's the last time you weren't underneath your fluorescent lights? You weren't, you know, under all these, you know, walking on cement, because walking on cement, you're not grounding.
That's correct.
Right? You got to get onto Mother Nature.
Yep.
So, what did you say?
I was saying it's all women watching, so maybe they want
They're watching for their husbands.
tag their husbands.
Tag your hubbies, share it, tag them.
Tell him to start doing Kegels. That's what you need to tell him to start doing. Also, tell your husband this bonus one.
Boom.
This is a bonus one. This is really, really good. Really good.
Really good.
Really good. Okay. Number bonus. Is that a number?
Yeah.
Choco latte. Chocolate.
Boom.
Chocolate. If nothing else, chocolate at least sets the mood.
Yeah, right.
Come home, bring some flowers, bring some chocolate. Your
Right.
wife will get in the mood.
Cocoa butter?
But cocoa butter, right? And so this is one of the best things. And I know they have it at Whole Foods. You can get anything on Amazon. So and Whole Foods owns Amazon, so you can get anything from Amazon. But the cocoa butter is something that you would actually want to get today, tonight, right? And lather, rub, massage your spouse in that, and watch how amazing your night goes.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's been things, the polyphenols, there's different chemicals in the cacao bean that is very stimulating. Not only that, but it's very healthy. I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, they say, I forget the numbers, but it's got like 3 to 4 times the antioxidants of certain berries. I mean, cacao is amazing, okay? Now, don't go out there and eat a bunch of Hershey's chocolate full of processed sugar.
Very different.
Okay, because you're going to feel like junk and it's not going to have the effect, right? You want an organic, natural cacao butter, or just, you know, a nice good dark chocolate.
Sure.
Maybe, I mean, if it's sweetened with like some organic honey or something, completely fine. You just don't want processed junk. It's just not going to have the same effect.
That's right. Tonight's going to be a good night for a lot of people.
Tonight is, and so we should,
Kegel it up all day long.
we should end this the way we started it, because it's been a long time since I've heard this song.
So we appreciate you guys watching.
Yo, you like the docs talking about sex, baby?
That's right. Get intimate. Let's do it. We are going to change up some of our videos. We are going to change up some of our formatting. And we're just going to bring you guys a ton of value. And just stay tuned. We got a lot of cool things coming up. So we appreciate the heck out of you. Like this video. Share this video. And tag somebody who needs to hear this.
Hey, y'all have a great weekend. Bless you.